Hello everybody. Our talk today is laser in laboratory. I'm Dr. Sharif Magdi. Laser scanner. Laser triangulation. 3D scanners generally use semiconductor laser in particular because of their low cost and their small size. They are characterized by a red colored beam. Through the camera, the 3D scanner analyzes the deformation of light emitted by laser on the reliefs of the object in order to determine by the trigonometric calculation its position in space, the angle formed between the camera and the beam of the laser, the distance between the camera to the object, and that of the laser source to the object, known by calculation the time taken by the laser to make a round trip, are all parameters which make it possible to determine the septal coordinate of the object. What's the advantage and disadvantage of laser scanner? The main advantage of low cost and its acoustic speed and its precise level. And mainly disadvantage, we can use a white powder. Many objects like transparent, difficult to transfer or reflect, similar to transfer or reflect surface can prove difficult, a problem that can be solved by using a white powder. How triangulation scanner work? Laser triangulation 3D scanners make use of either a single laser point or a laser line for scanning the object across its dimension. The 3D scanner casts the laser beam of the single laser point as soon as the laser light reflects back from the object need to be 3D scanned. Confocal laser scanning. Microscopes use multiple mirrors, typically 2 or 3 scanner linear along with X-ray and Y-axis, along with X and the Y-axis to scan the laser across the sample and descan the image across a fixed pinhole and detector. What's the meaning of CAD/CAM? CAD/CAM, computer aided design, computer aided manufacturing, and we divided the manufacturing in two types: subtractive and additive. Subtractive, we have a blank or block, and the milling machine cut to achieve a single restoration like crown or bridge. And additive, I have a powder or a liquid and transfer the powder and liquid to the form of restoration. 3D printing of resin. Stereolithograph. Stereolithograph use a scanning laser to build up parts on one layer at a time in a bit of light cure photopolymer resin. Each layer is traced out by the laser on the surface of the liquid resin, at which a build platform descend and another layer of resin is webbed over the surface and the process repeated, incrementally building layer of resin polymerized by laser. Incremental build up of layer and layer, each of other to building up the object. 3D printing of surgical guide. One of the main advantages of 3D printing or additive manufacturing, because by the printing this guide help you to put your implant in the precise position with accurate length and angle and depth. Another use of 3D printing, dental model for restorative dentistry. You can make a digital smile design on your software, and when you need to print your new design, you can print it by using 3D printer and additive manufacturing to have the resin cast like this. 3D printing of metals. We need to know what's the meaning of selective laser sintering and electronic beam melting. Center powder in a heat chamber to a point below its melting point, after which scanning laser builds the object. Selective laser sintering can be used to print objects from polymer and metal. Selective laser sintering. This technology has been available since the mid of 1980. A scanning laser fuses a fine material powder to build up structure layer by layer. As a powder bed drop down incrementally and a new fine layer of material is eventually spread over the surface. A high level of resolution may be obtained, and as the structures that are printed are supported by the surrounding powder, no supporting material required. What's the difference of selective laser sintering and selective laser melting? The selective laser sintering is only typical used to plastic, can be used for plastic and ceramic, 3D printing of ceramic, and metal 3D printing use a similar process but refer of selective laser melting. We can use selective laser melting to print cobalt, chrome, titanium, and 3D printing of titanium is typically made on a powder bed metal 3D printer that use process called direct metal laser sintering, and an arm of spread a thin layer of extremely fine titanium powder down into the printing bed, while a powerful carbon dioxide laser or argon laser is used to melt the powder and fuse titanium together. Finally, we need to know what's another advantage of laser uh, in our fixed prosthodontics department: laser welding. During the laser beam welding, a concentrate coherent beam of monochromatic light is projected on small spot of the prepared joint area with the help of the small optical arrangement. Inert gas is used for shielding the welded area from atmospheric oxidation. Laser welding is the joint of metal components through the use of heat generated with a laser beam. We can use laser welding to assembling fixed partial denture. Has been reported to have a higher strength and reduce erosion in comparison with conventional soldering. Rigid connector. Rigid connector is metal, can be made by casting and milling and laser sintering, soldering or welding. Thank you.